Just didn't play well enough tonight defensively. It's been a little bit of a common theme with this team. I got a great group of kids, but we're not as tough as we need to be. And it shows up, especially on the defensive end. Syracuse plays a style where there's a lot of, a quick screen or a quick action. And then it's a lot of one-on-one isolation basketball. And, we had a hard time with that today. Just didn't do the things we needed. I thought we executed very well offensively. I told our guys we're down 40-39 at half. The 40 is just, it's too much. Like we've got to do better defensively, and we gave up 51 in the second half. So I'm very disappointed with our defense. I've got to do some things to try to help our team be better, because right now we're a below average defensive team. Questions?
Brad, how much of it was them making tough shots, and how much of it was guys not doing what they need to defensively? It seemed like they made some pretty tough shots.
There were some tough shot making, no question. Gerard and Boeheim made a couple. Like, to be honest with you, I thought David Collins for the first part of the game, I got to watch the film, but I thought the first part of the half, beginning of the game, I thought he did a great job running down, chasing around. But you relax it all, and I mean, he's getting it off. And but you have to shoe top him, and you got to play him like you're in a phone booth. And if you don't, it's a problem. And obviously, their team does a great job of looking for him. But he and Gerard were extremely good tonight, and they made some guarded shots. But that's going to happen at this level. You're going to have some really good players make some tough shots. You have a lot of other defensive possessions that have to be sound, so that those possessions don't beat you. And we just have too many mistakes, and we're not tough enough guarding our guy. We don't get enough individual. We don't win our matchup, and that's becoming a consistent theme.
Do you feel like that's lack of personnel, lack of effort? Just what do you feel like?
No, it's not lack of effort. Like, we didn't lose to Boston College because we didn't try hard, or we had pretty good effort. Most, you go back and watch the film, it just became a slow down, tough, physical game that that we lost by a possession. It wasn't that the guys weren't competing and fighting, and we still get screened some. We're not as competitive getting over some screens. Every once in a while we get hit more than we should. We're physically a little weak. Like, we're physically smaller and weaker. And that's some of that's a product of recruiting. We got to think about that. Now, obviously, what you get on the other hand is you get some skill. You get guys that can shoot. You get guys that can pass. And that's why offensively we've got a bunch of guys that shoot high percentage from three, and we scored 78 tonight. But like, we miss Amir Simms' defense drastically. Just his physicality, smarts, toughness, and some other guys too. We just had bigger, stronger dudes in some spots, and then we're not getting some other guys that played as well last year. They're not playing as well defensively right now. I got to coach that better.
Brad, kind of along those lines, how do you simulate that, I guess, that toughness in practice, or how do you get that out of the guys for those game days?
We did a bunch of those drills we couldn't do anything on Sunday because of the weather, and obviously just playing Saturday night and all the quick turnarounds. But we practiced twice on Monday, and we did individual guard the ball 1-on-1, guard the ball 2-on-2, guard the ball 3-on-3. Guard the ball 1-on-1 in the post. We did every drill you can do to get better at guarding individually and toughness, and we just have some physical weaknesses that sometimes get exposed, and guys shoot over top of us some, and that's not lack of effort. That's just lack of some strength and size. Some of that's recruiting, and we've got to figure out some ways to try to help guys in certain areas to be better, and they've got they got to make stops. Like there's a point here where you got to stop your man. You got to win your one-on-one matchup some, and there's got to be more pride in the individual personnel winning his matchup.
Brad, I think Alex Hemingway started the last 2 games. Just what do you think of kind of the job and switching that up? And then are there any more personnel changes you could look at moving
I don't
forward?
know. Like we went to that just for a while because we felt like the 2 little guys together were having some problems on some things, and we just wanted to give it a different look. Alex hasn't gotten a lot done in the last 2 games. He's trying hard, but the results aren't there. Whether we stay with it or not, I don't know. Like we could move Chase into a starting lineup. Chase has played better. Sometimes it's nice to have Chase off the bench because he can play the 2, he can play the 3. He can be David's backup when David gets, fouls a little bit, or if David needs a break. I got in a situation tonight where they both had 2 fouls, and you're kind of worrying about that. So, but yeah, everything's up for discussion right now. We're not playing well enough.
Do you feel like PJ responded the way you were hoping he would after
He was
the
good
Boston College game?
We thought we did a really good job of finding ways to get him the ball, and he, whether it's in mixing it up, posting some, getting a guy out of the high post so PJ had room to post, putting a guy in the high post and getting PJ in the gutter where he could make some plays behind the basket, putting PJ in the high post and moving guys around. So I thought we did some good things to help PJ, and our guys found him, which was really good against the zone. And PJ, when he gets good position, he can have a big night like tonight. That was good to see. I'm proud of him. A lot of people don't, PJ's battling some foot issues. He didn't practice. His practices are going to be limited most of the rest of the year. He's just going to have to hang in there the best he can. But man, he was really good tonight offensively.
Brad, any concern? But
I'm sorry. In there with everybody else. He's got to do a better job defense.
Yeah. Any concern by you, considering these last couple of tough losses, that the guys could get so down the season could get away from him here?
Yeah, I'm sure that could happen, but I think sometimes everybody, when teams start losing games, they're quitting on their coach or they're giving in and all that. Hey, sometimes you're just not good enough too now. Sometimes teams are just, it's hard to win. They're better than you, or they're beating you down a little bit. But so no, I'm not worried about my team right now. I think we have really good kids that want to be coached and want to get better, but could that happen eventually? Maybe, I don't know. I think our guys are battling. We had two really good practices on Monday. Our guys were ready to play tonight. Like we had great energy. Our guys had life. We had unbelievable energy in the shoot around. Locker room was great. But our team's wounded. We're disappointed. Obviously the Boston College loss hurt. We wanted to play well tonight and get a win. We didn't get a win. And it's hard.
Brad, with Hunter, how much of his struggle shooting and that kind of stuff is the foot, and how much of it is him just not playing well?
He's not moving quite as well. He's sprained both ankles here. The other one he did right before Thursday, before Boston College. You just see he doesn't quite have the lift. We got a ball to him right at the beginning of the game tonight. Second game in a row, he's gotten the ball right under the basket, and he couldn't get it in. And he just doesn't quite have the explosion that he had earlier in the year, when he was feeling good and bouncing around. And so it's a combination. I mean, I hate it because he's given us everything he has. He's a great kid and working hard. He's just lost a little pop here for a while. Hopefully we keep getting treatment on those ankles. They get a little bit healthier and he gets his confidence and gets his pop back.
Defensively, are there any guys you are pleased with right now? You feel like are doing a good job?
I'm sorry, I can't hear that.
Just defensively, are there any guys you feel like are doing a good job that you're pleased with right now?
Not really. No, I don't think anybody's playing much above average. We just, we have some things that are challenging for some of us. Some of us are small in our position. So we better develop some grit and toughness to fight through it, and it has to mean more. It has to Like it has to bother you to get scored on. And sometimes some guys who are offensive players and have been offensive players their whole lives, that's new territory for them, you know, to then have to worry about being a really good defensive player. And a lot of these guys that come to this level are really good offensive players. And so we've got to, you know, we got to work at that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.